So Diddy's son with Kim Porter, King Combs, Christian Combs, he's being hit with a SA lawsuit. And he's being hit with a lawsuit because he was on his father's boat in 2022. And one of the women that were hostesses on the boat said that King Combs fixated on her.
Facts. He really let me do what I want to do. Like, he don't really control nothing like that. But
well, first I want to say to this young man, before somebody take his head off, cause see, that's that new school bull crap that these kids out here, they easy to fly out their mouth with that.
Like father, like son, he ensured that his legacy would continue even after he's gone, leaving behind a negative influence. Someone needs to intervene and help this young man avoid following in his father's footsteps.
So yesterday, Lil Rod hits me up.
Oh.
I've hit him up previously. I said, hey, come on, I want you to come on stream, explain what's going on.
Yeah, I actually DM'd him. When I went to his page, I just noticed he was following me. So I DM'd him, I said, do you want to do an interview? He saw it, but he didn't respond.
Okay.
So he hits you up?
Hits me up.
Okay.
This is what's my number. Doesn't call. You know, like, I know sometimes people hack people's pages and try to get their numbers through just, he unsends the message. Odd. Okay, cool. Unsend my number. About an hour ago, go by, and a random number calls me. They call me a couple times, and they text me, they say, hey, call us back. I call back. Now, it's very clear that I'm accurate. I don't know if this has anything to do with Lil Rod, but I'm telling the timing that anybody can make their own decision on what they think is happening. And after this call, I really said, yeah, this stinks. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
So they say to me, hey, we got some information. They said this is Christian Combs' bodyguard. That's what they say. That's what they told me. I think that's a lie. But regardless, cool. They say, we have some information that you would want. I said, what is that? They said, well, the new lawsuit, Christian Combs was on the yacht, and right before molesting or sexually assaulting this woman, he was actually rapping in the studio. We have the song he was rapping. There's two audios. There's just the song, and then there is another audio that contains screams and whatever of the girl. They said, we're gonna give you the audio of the song. I'm like, okay. Then they give me more information. He was rapping over, and this is where I'm like, guess what he was rapping over? Cassie, me and you beat. I'm serious.
Yeah.
They sent me his own.
Right, because there's so much craziness. I'll tell you this.
Just put a picture on this.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the father is accused. By the way, this happened in 2022, but still, like, Diddy was with Cassie, right? So you're telling me years later, after they break up, the son says, hey, yo, put my father's ex-girlfriend beat on. And as soon as he hears it, he raps a few bars and says, fuck it.
What can I say, like father, like son? This young man is heading down a dangerous path and isn't setting a positive example for his brother.
But first, I want to say to this young man, before somebody take his head off, cause see, that's that new school bull crap that these kids out here, they easy to fly out their mouth with that. You don't invite a man to your private. You don't invite a man to your private unless you doing the Diddy. If two men lay down, how many homos get up? Let me tell you, young man, 2 of them. You understand? So don't invite a man to your private, because that man will see you and take your head off. Especially somebody like 50. You don't send or let a boy do a man's job. I don't know if he need that type of attention or he want that type of attention. Evidently he do. But 50 is the wrong dude that you want to do that type of attention, get that kind of attention from, bro. In the infamous words of Waka Flocka, that nigga go hard in the paint. And I don't believe that this cat would even put out some trash like that and really didn't know what he was doing. He's teasing the federal government. And I told y'all, the Southern District of New York do not play. So King Kong just put another battery in their back. And you see after he did that shit, something get leaked to the press. Do you notice that, right? As soon as he did that dumb shit, talking about, well, we did this and we did that. We had this over here, y'all went to the wrong house. Some went to, he said, well, we're gonna show you how wrong we are. Yo, CNN, run this. Action, roll them. Don't play with the feds, bro. Because you got to realize this. They got a lot of time. All they got is time. Yo, they going to sit there, people sitting up there, and they want something. See, people like a fix. They need that fix real quick. They want them to hurry up and charge Diddy with something or see what they got on him. The feds gonna take their time. May take 6 months, may take a year, may take 2 years.
Combs is what Homelander imagines his son would be. It's truly wild.
They got up to 3 years to bring their case up. They got 3 years. So they checking everything about them. They gonna dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people feel like he played a part in that video coming up. You know, him making a comment saying that, you know, they forgot to raid the house next door that his dad owned. Yeah, man, he was wilding out, man.
Yeah, I think he was just bullshitting. I don't believe he bought the house next door. Because let me just tell you something. If anything or any name that had to do with Bad Boy, the federal government gonna run that. They know all the properties Diddy have. They wasn't even talking about the raid that they did in New York, but they did a raid in New York too.
Yeah, I ain't hear about that raid. I only heard about the, you know, the LA and Miami raid. But you feel like the feds, they released that video over King Kong's comments.
Oh man, I've worked in law enforcement for 27 years, and I had the opportunity to see HIDA. It's a place, whereas they have the state, the feds, the NYPD, the Department of Corrections, and the state police. Yo, this place could be half of a basketball court. That's where they just got lines of computers with officers of all different people and officers just on the internet. Whoever's over that case, whoever's working that case, don't you know they saw that and took it to their boss? You might think it's petty, but it's not. You do not agitate a lion with a pork chop. And that's what that kid did, bro.
Some people feel like, you know, Diddy, he played a part in that video coming out too. You know, him being spotted with Stevie J, smiling at the camera. You know, a lot of people blame him too.
But bro, what did I tell you? He's such a narcissist that he has to be in the public. Yo, listen to me. They just caught him on TMZ today or yesterday or something like that, walking out and about. Now, I'm not telling the man what to do, what he couldn't do. I don't know if the government told he couldn't travel nowhere, he couldn't be nowhere and stuff like that. But why are you gonna go outside your own compound where you know TMZ and every other place is waiting on you? you're not going to get any public sympathy. That's why he had that picture of him and his father around his neck. You're not going to get no sympathy. You're done. Stick a fork in it. Call it a quit. Apologize to Big's mother for putting her son in that position that he loses his life. It's crazy. He better do a Russell Simmons.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that, man. They saying that he gonna pull a Russell Simmons.
Well, anything's possible, bro, but I don't know if...
It's not just like that, he's also insulting pop culture by dissing 50 Cent. It's astonishingly foolish to do that.
Yes, I did. What'd you think?
I think your homie said I gotta man up regardless. This is my dad. This is legacy that you cats is messing with. And why not? It's the perfect time. It's almost like somebody like, when you sit back and you look at these niggas talking about beef, you want to beef, this is the time you want to get something off your chest. Because y'all going through something. They're going through something. They probably in a space they ain't even ever been in since he been on. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I salute him. Did he snap? I mean, the delivery was kind of lackluster. He's just rapping too calm and cool. You know, it's just how he do. That's his thing. And I'm not mad at it, but I just think in a rap battle, you got to be saying some real amazing, prolific shit to rap that calm. And for a moment, like, oh, you snap. And I don't know if he rapped as such to yield. People say, oh, he snapped. Then, of course, 50 came right back talking shit, so.
Yeah, I mean, I salute Lil Christian, and I salute him from the standpoint, like, whether that's your father, your brother.
None of our father.
Yeah, nah, like, he did what he was supposed to do. And like I said, I'm surprised it took this long for him to jump out in any way. Or, you know, like, this is my family. This is my father y'all talking about. You know,
That's the man's son. I expect him. If anybody gonna come to bat for me, it better be you, son.
I truly understand, and like you, I salute Lil Christian for putting that track out. I understand the motivation. I'd have did the same thing if you was coming at my pops. I understand why Justin was on that track. Yeah, that's my pops you talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm sure them boys let Puff hear that track before it was released. Do you think it was a mistake that that track ever got released in the first place?
Is this on?
Yes.
Taking up for his dad?
Yes.
A mistake?
No. Maybe you're not. Maybe let me articulate my question different. Do you think Puff should allow that track to go out because now his children are directly in the line of fire?
They already in the line of fire. What do you mean? They're already directly in the line of fire. I mean, at the end of the day, shit, they out here, people talking. At the end of the day, hey, like I said, everybody else around here got beefs and doing all this. If nothing else, say something, speak up. Show them where your heart at. Ain't nobody finna mess with you. Show them where your heart at. And of course, you saw 50 came right back and trolled.
Which you knew he would?
Well, it worked.
But that's the reason that I'm asking. And here's the deal. 50 trolled, but he kind of laughed it off. You know? He didn't go too hard.
But it was
He
still
did.
trolling, laughing
He
it off
did.
or not. I could threaten the shit out your life and laugh it off. Shut up, man. Sean, man, I'll shoot the shit out you, boy. I'll leave your ass stinking, man. I'm scared, Sean. Nah, bro, I'm just talking shit. I'm just a little scared, Sean. But I meant what I said. Like, I mean, he laughed it off, but we both know 50 can be with the shits at any moment. You know?
Well, again, you know, I think the kids.
50 got niggas around him who gonna be with the shits. I remember I was just at the Lovers and Friends joint 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Last year? Maybe last year. Last year, I think. Whenever it was, yeah. Maybe before that. Last year. Whatever. And you know when your boy Uncle Murder does the year-end wrap-up.
Yep.
I mean, you know, you got a certain level of nuts and moxie to just talk about a lot of people at one time, because you can like fester up a lot of energy, like heat on you. And it's funny as they had dissed me one time, and I guess it was in the year-end wrap-up, and I was like, damn, that shit was crazy. But it's funny, that shit was crazy. He said that shit. So when I saw him, guess what he said to me? He walked right up, so I see 50 like, "Shot, what up?" This nigga, Uncle Murray walk up like, "Jock, you not mad at me? You mad at me? You not mad at me? We good, right? We good. You not mad at me?" I'm like, "Hell, we good." He's like, "All right, cool." So it was like, I'm addressing beef head on. Like, that was the demeanor, like, yo. So he got cats around him who thinking a certain way, they were whatever. Like, I definitely could see 50 doing something to really upset King Combs. I just think 50 is a master at being 50.
I don't, you know, he's a master at being 50, but I don't think, I mean, I don't see him going at King Combs like that. I don't.
No, I don't either. But it don't take for somebody to keep playing. And after a while, I say, all right, now, yo, we're gonna chill. Because he can strike a chord. He say the right thing, he can strike a chord. He was trying to still keep it, like, respectful in the sense, kind of, and put the rap to it. But the wrong information come out or something be said, and something like the man mom come up in something, you know, how they already made accusations of, you know, Diddy, Kim. You know, it's a lot of strong allegations out here. All it takes is somebody to say the right thing, and just and King Kong might fuck around and say something to push somebody's buttons. You just never know. He's still a grown man. He out here living his life. He popping bottles. He fucking. He getting money. He moving how he want. He's a grown man still. And all it takes, again, is somebody to piss him off, and he level up one and send one of them lines that touch somebody's feelings in an inappropriate way. Don't think it can't happen. You know, kids can hurt your feelings worse than your peers. A child tell you the truth. And I'm not saying King Combs is a child, but that's kind of why you feel like 50 won't do that to him. So I don't have to say it. You're saying it. Hey, you're not gonna do that to him. He's a baby, man. You know, he's King Combs. He's Diddy's son. He's a baby. He's a kid. No, he's a grown man. Nigga probably don't smash more badder chicks than me and you together. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. So don't think that if it gets to a level of aggression and there's a sense of urgency that to be addressing shit, don't think 50 won't have to like man up and be like, all right, look, this shit was all cute and shit when your daddy was when your daddy was around this motherfucker, look at him try that shit over with another little nigga. I do something to you, take that shit down. I can see 50 telling you that. Not saying that 50 would, I'm just saying I can see that. Let me call 50 right quick, let me see.
Yeah, okay.
You want me to call him?
Yeah, go ahead and call him.
Hey, Curtis. What? Yeah, man, it's John. What's up, boy? Yeah. Yeah, I'm down here doing Vlad TV right now and shit. Oh, no, I ain't talking to Vlad. Vlad don't really interview me. Sean Prez do. Oh, no, we ain't. Say what? Okay, I'll tell him. All right, cool, enjoy yourself. Yeah. 50 said keep your name out your mouth.
Saddest part is that during the raid, all of Diddy's kids were handcuffed at gunpoint and roughly handled, while Diddy was on his private jet.
There was enough probable cause to go in there with a search warrant. But the way they did the search warrant and how they did it, man, I thought he was El Chapo or somebody. You know, they took a tactical team in there, brother. They had tactical units. You understand? And it was for allegedly a sex crime. But they took, yo, my man, did you see the artillery and the way the Homeland Security came in there? My man, you would have swore, you know, it was gonna be some gun violence up in there, how they came to it. So my feeling of it is that enough statements have been made that they could probably prove. They did enough investigation. See, people think that when the federal government go in there on you, the reason they got a 99% conviction rate because most people say, they got me. They don't go to court with them. So for them to have a team in New York, because they didn't really mention too much about New York. They had property in New York, property in Miami, and a property in LA, all simultaneously hit. Those different agencies had to get together, plan that, and that's not no bull, you know, that's a lot of manpower, a lot of money. So they want to know how they spent the taxpayers. The taxpayers gonna know why you spending my money on this to come up with nothing. So you best believe they had something in the first place to go up in there, either through, like I said before, wiretaps. You understand? Because if they convinced the judge that they need a warrant, they had wiretaps, surveillance, and different things that was going on. And then, like, it's a lot of crazy statements that have been made. And you gotta look at that interview that Jonathan Odie did, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That was probably more damaging than Cassie. And that was more damaging than Cassie, because check this out. He said Diddy was transporting liquid cocaine on his private jet. Now, the DEA wasn't involved in this. It was the FBI and the Homeland Security, basically. That's because of the sex trafficking thing. But if they find any of that stuff in any one of his houses, there's a problem. Even if they find illegal guns, the constitutional right goes the right to bear arms, but he had to have licenses for that shit. So if anybody got illegal guns up in there, if they find any kind of drugs to a high amount, cocaine and weed, I don't think Diddy gonna get charged because what he did, he put everything in his kid's name and his company.
Did you see the video of his kids in handcuffs?
Yeah, that's a tactical thing. The kids being in handcuffs is a tactical thing that law enforcement use, you understand, hoping that people who've never been in handcuffs before, that it either scares them or want to make them talk. There's no reason after they searched those kids, because they didn't have a search warrant for bodies. They had a search warrant for like materials, laptops, telephones, logs, pictures, tape.
I would have felt better if I had seen them take Diddy out of his hideout.
It is for. They didn't have a search warrant for bodies. So those kids, when they came out, they should have searched them. And then, yo, listen, y'all sit down right there. That was a tactical move to get them to talk and to scare them into saying something, you know, by keeping them handcuffed like that. They didn't have to do those kids like that. None of those kids have, that I know of, criminal cases against them or known for criminal activity. So there was no reason for them to do that. If them was the damn Rockefellers or somebody else, they wouldn't have had their kids handcuffed like that. But you gotta realize their father has painted a crazy picture to the authorities. You understand? It's a crazy picture and people don't realize this, brother. First and foremost, Puff has been dodging the legal system for years. His affiliation with BMF, even though Meech has said that Puff never did anything, Puff never been around her, they still was partying together. So in the authorities' mind, they feel like Puff knew what Meech was doing. Then with the introduction to Jacob and different people, and a lot of people going to jail for money laundering and stuff like that, Puff being, and this is documented, Puff being a CI for an FBI agent. I said this years ago, that him and Kirk Burroughs took some paperwork. They was taking some papers up to the FBI and stuff like when they was here in New York. They was taking paperwork up there and stuff like that. Don't know what it was, but later on found out that he was a CI. You understand? Now, what happens? He don't have that. The guy probably, that was 20, 30 years, 20-some years ago. The guy probably retired. Puff ain't dealing with him, no, he didn't pass Puff on or something like that. So now, Puff been dodging the legal system. With the, people had it wrong. They think it was with the Black Mafia family. No, it was with Butt Naked. I said this years ago. The person that he said is his senior advisor, Corey Jacobs. Corey had 9 16-to-life sentences for drug trafficking. You make him your senior advisor, even though that was your man, he coming home. That's your man, pots and pans. But Wolf was the one who took care of them when they was away. You know what I'm saying? Wolf was the one who took care of them. So now, you got all these, you know, these characters, you know, around you. What they gonna think when they come to your house? They got the evidence, or they had statements that you blew up Kid Cudi's car. You understand what I'm saying? They have statements that, you know, you may have been affiliated with people being shot. So they come to your house like this. They treat your kids like this. Based on the picture you have played to the authorities. So them having his kids like that, I think that was wrong. After they searched those kids, make sure they didn't have no weapons on them, sit them down on the ground, make them feel comfortable, because at this time, they're not criminals. They haven't committed any crimes.
I see. Speaking of drugs, right, because you made a comment about it earlier, how do you feel about Diddy's drug mule getting arrested?
The news about them arresting the mule, now, they're gonna have to prove that. Now, if that guy becomes a witness, and if they can track anything back to Puff with that, that's gonna be one of their star witnesses.
Damn.
Cause see, they will give him leniency. They were like, yo, listen, man, hey, Hey, buddy, listen here. We don't really want you. You know, we know you was just
We want the diddler, right?
doing this to, you know, you were doing this to take care of your family, feed your moms. You know what I'm saying? Pay your rent. We know that. This guy's living under this mansion, using you. Then that guy becomes a star witness.
Crazy, man. So I want to backtrack, right? I want to backtrack to a comment you made earlier about Diddy and how, you know, over the years, he's been having all these run-ins with the police. Do you think the feds took notice of that? And they, you know, at this point, they like, yo, we're going to crack down on Diddy?
What happens is that the police will bring in a CI and will use him like she was a $3 hoe. That's a confidential informant. They'll let you do crimes, long as you don't do no murders and stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you. When I was in law enforcement, dog, they paid confidential informants $250 for revolvers, $500 for automatic weapons, $750 to $1,500 for semi-automatic guns and rifles and machine guns and stuff like that. Some confidential informants got payment like that. And plus they get 8% of a case. 8% of a case. So if they bring in about, just say, they bring in a case $100,000. That's 8,000, what's that? What's that, $8,000. That's 8,000. They bring in $1 million case. $1 million case, that person is getting $80,000. I mean, like $80,000 on it. I think if you're talking about 8%, you know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say this. Confidential informants get paid good. But Puff was a millionaire. Him being a confidential informant, him getting money like that, it was favors. He been getting favors and been paying law enforcement people for years to protect him. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Everybody had, somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places, then plus he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you. Like you hire lawyers. Those lawyers have police officers and people working for them, and investigators. Those investigators were former officers. So all of them in the backyard in Diddy bed together.
So what you think happened? If he was an informant, like what made him turn him?
Like I said, some people could retire. His name is too much in the news. Like, listen here, bro. They don't want you to be always in the news in a negative form. There's people that's probably worse than Diddy, but they not always in the news in a negative form. And then, like I said before, when he went against one of the world's biggest distributors of alcohol and spirits, they put out a campaign against him. They call.
I don't entirely blame King for following in his father's footsteps, but is he also affected by it? Watching TD Jakes on Diddy's 50-foot bed seems like a significant influence.
Why would we need a 50-foot bed?
I mean, TD Jakes ain't small. I'm just saying. If it's a group thing, it's a group thing. You gotta think about, you got Rick Ross, you got Khaled, we talk about heavy hitters. They're trying to figure out how to evenly distribute the smoke. Because he got trained smoke coming. And me and Gene have really been trying to, and because I see Gene, he's struggling so hard not to say more. We all know where this shit is going. And we also know that there are a lot of other people being affected. And from what I was privy to hearing, I believe it was supposed to be clickbait, but then it kind of lined up with some other information that I got. Jay-Z was recently questioned about his involvement in bringing underage girls to freak homes. And apparently some of the testimony that they've gotten from Foxy Brown for the Keep Me Blue trial is now starting to blow back on Carter.
Okay. Did you see that Ice Cube says that Diddy's being targeted? Do you believe that?
I mean, question is this. Is the big three playing over here at American Airlines this summer? You know, it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be done last year. Yeah, big three was over. And Ice Cube started speaking out and talking about how the powers that be and the elites and the this and the that. And now all of a sudden he's saying Diddy got set up and the big three coming back, huh? My. How illuminated! I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't got no problem with Mr. O'Shea Sr., but he was a sellout once and he's a sellout now. You know, he's never told the truth about why he really left. Why he really left NWA. And he's never told the truth about what happened between him and Dre. Wonder why. Something shameful there? I don't know.
Do you know the truth?
I've heard things.
Okay, well, if...
I do know Yo-Yo.
It's also came out in the news that
I also know Miss Chalet. You know, the women that they threw away. Those are my friends.
It's also came.
I'd love to see Miss Chalet on this guy.
Yeah, we should make that happen.
I like us. Oh no, like that. She's on the sound.
Right. It's also came out. Diddy bed has been going viral. He has a 50-foot bed that was outside his house during his parties. Did you hear about that before he got busted or anything like that? 50-foot. 50 feet? Yeah, 50-foot bed outside his house.
Mod Squad, baby. You got it?
Yeah.
I'm filming. Odello tap in. Sorry, Mod Squad.
Mod.
You know they call about them damn t-shirts. Y'all
yeah, we gotta get on t-shirt.
Hung and cool. Are you there? Are they there yet?
Yeah, we gotta get it. Did you ever hear about that? A 50-foot bed outside?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what was that? What was that? Why would we need a 50-foot bed?
I mean, TD Jakes ain't small. I'm just saying. If it's a group thing, it's a group thing. You gotta think about, you got Rick Ross, you got Khaled, we talk about heavy hitters.
So what you're saying is, in Hollywood or in the music industry, it probably goes beyond threesomes.
I used to go to Club Bed in Miami. I went to Club Bed when, you know, Dade County came through and with the health inspections because of some of the shit that was going on, and we had to get a little tame, and I was there when it was just nothing but beds and silk curtains and people in broad daylight with the club lights on. Yeah, it's Miami. I mean, this is typical. All this stuff is typical. Butt naked, volleyball games, find the sand, snatch the sand, dumb shit.
Shit. Find the sand.
Yeah, because be playing, and then they get up the hoo-hoo and then...
If only we had proof. We already have a sense of what's happening, but having concrete evidence could be risky.
Sand it gets everywhere. You've never noticed?
So group sex is a thing?
Oh, very much so common.
Okay. Well, with
That's why I couldn't believe it when I saw Jay-Z having sex with my... Anyway.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I didn't want to believe it, but he was there. He was doing what he was doing. He's having a good time. He's enjoying himself. He looked very happy.
Now, Jack, they're gonna say
just come out the closet,
They're gonna want these industry secrets stay within the industry, Jaguar.
Yeah. I've been keeping them. I'm just tired. I'm getting old. I need to clear some of this before I get dementia. Because can you imagine with the past I've had? Me with dementia, I'll be more dangerous at 80 than I am now.
Yeah?
You know what I mean? I'm sitting there on the porch. Fucking Clive Davis was fucking out of Luther Vandross. You know what I'm saying? Just out of nowhere. Can you imagine? Would you like some Jello? Whitney Houston should have like me with all of this shit in here. Oh my God!
And it was interesting. We had Michael Collier up here, and he spoke on his crack addiction.
Yeah.
And then he spoke on Whitney, and he just kind of basically stated, you know when you see, and it's interesting that sex, drugs.
It's how they control you.
Yeah, it seems like that's
Anderson .Paak. Brilliant.
Correct.
And don't get me wrong, Silk Sonic is dope.
Very dope.
Truth is, Bruno Mars needed, not Ace. We were listening to Oxnard on the way here. He hasn't heard a lot of that album. I was surprised because it's so Cali. It's such a Cali record. And even the tribute that he did to Mac Miller and My Brother's Keeper with Pusha T. I mean, the amount of talent. Anderson .Paak just... So why in God's name did he need to do Silk Sonic? His albums were killing. My Brother's Keeper. He wrote that about Mac. Ace tried to get clean after Mac died. He was very broken up about it, got sober. Why in God's name would the industry force him into a group with the biggest cokehead in the world? Like, why? Why would you take someone that talented and brilliant and say, hey, you know what? We're not going to promote you as a single solitary artist, even though you can do it. You'd be amazing. You'd be great. You don't need anybody. But since you're getting sober, we want to take you here and we want to put you with King Cocaine. And we think two of y'all together could be fabulous. Fabulous. Well, all the money that Silk Sonic has made in Vegas. And don't forget, I live in Vegas now as well. I hear all the tea. I got tea up. I got backed up tea, like a septic tank.
Yeah.
That I got going. Well, I got some prostitutes.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn it. They gonna get a tea. They gonna get a tea.
Well, no. See, this is the thing. Prostitutes, best information. It's just. And it's even better when you don't have to take their word for it, when you just give them a camera.
Ah, shit.
I don't need you to tell me nothing. I'm present. Always, I believe, especially in the casino town, you should always have at least 5 prostitutes. Because there's one that's going to get pregnant, and there's one that's going to get booked, and then there's one that, is going to have a coming to Jesus moment. because her mom found out she was sucking for money again. You know what I mean? And then
Not
she come
again.
back next week, they'll put me in, coach. You know? But, you know, if they're going to be out there doing all of this, then they might as well put in the good work and do some good.
True. They say Bruno Mars, he like owed a casino $30 million gambling problem.
Oh, no, not just gambling.
Oh.
Gambling and that cocaine.
Oh.
Bruno Mars right now, I think somewhere around 55 million and 68 million in debt.
Yeah. It's bad.
He'll be doing shows in the afterlife. You hear me? This
Shit, who you gonna call?
he gotta keep working. And they got the VIG running. They got the juice running. It's interest on all that. You wanna know how, true story, you wanna know how they got Gladys Knight's show down there?
Please.
Gladys never wanted to do a Vegas show. She had no reason to. She's Gladys Knight. Wanna know why she had to go back to work? Her husband. The very man that gave Aaliyah over to Robert Kelly. Barry Hankerson. Ran through all her cash, up everything. She went on tour, came home to realize she was about to lose everything, even that chicken and waffles restaurant in Atlanta. What a lot of people don't know about Gladys Knight is that she's a card player. She's a good one. She can play poker with the boys. Her, Anita Baker, they mean with them cards. She almost earned it back. She needed, what was it, 1.7 million?
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Don't forget to like and follow.